Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is all about those hot cross buns, those glutes, those big ass booties. I'm gonna go through absolutely everything to do with booties in this video to help you guys grow your glutes as much as possible. So let's get into this video. Before we get started and I go through my 5 top exercises, one thing you must remember is everybody's body is different and unique. Some girls grow glutes much bigger than other girls, and genetics does play such a massive factor in this. So please don't get disheartened. Please don't get upset when you see girls with massive bums and you've been working super hard and you're still not getting there, because you will get there. It just is going to take you a little bit longer. Genetics play a massive factor on what muscles grow, where people stay leaner, where people, expand, shrink down, you name it. It's all to do with genetics, and it's also to do with hard work and consistency. Now, within this video, I am going to go through pretty much like my 5 top exercises to do when it comes to glutes, but I also want you to remember to always activate. I'll go into activation, why it's so important when the clips start rolling, but please always remember to activate absolutely every single muscle that you're going to work that day. You have to activate it. Even if on shoulder days, you have to warm up and do an activation on shoulders, on glute days, on cores, everything. You have to wake up the muscles so they know that they're about to get worked on, so they know that they are about to get ripped. Without further ado, let's start rolling the clips. I'm going to do a voiceover, and I'm going to go through absolutely everything with you. I hope you enjoy this video. I'll see you in a bit. First things first, everyone. We gotta wake up those buns, hun, because let me tell you something. If you are not activating your glutes, right there is your first biggest mistake. We have steady jobs nowadays, and basically that means we are sitting for a long period of time by an office with our computer or studying, and that means our legs and glutes are not being worked throughout the day. Activation will fire up your muscle fibers, it will help waken up your muscle, and will push blood throughout your legs and glutes to basically tell them, look, I'm about to train you. You can do a number of exercises. Here, what I did at the beginning was your standard straight leg donkey kickbacks. I do about 20 reps on each leg. And then these are fire hydrants, which will target the sides of my glutes. And then here I'm just doing some body weight bridges. And as you can see here, my heels are kept together and then I'm pushing my knees apart. And this will help contract a bigger squeeze in my glutes. I absolutely love doing these exercises, and it really does help me fire up those glutes. I'm someone who finds it pretty hard to have a big contraction in my glutes. I don't know why, I always have done. So ever since I've started actively activating my glutes, it has really helped and made such a big difference. These leg swings, right, what I'm doing here is basically opening my hips up. I want my hip flexors to be open, nice and stretched, nice and activated as well. These simple rotations will help anyone that has tight hip flexors. This movement will really help. So just do about 20 reps on each leg before you get working. Kickstart in the 5 top exercises for your glutes, and we have number 1 here, which is the hip thrust. Honestly, this is the queen of glute exercises. The hip thrust is the best exercise for the gluteus maximus. It involves twice as much muscle activity in the gluteus maximus as a barbell squat would, and that is saying something. You are also using your hamstrings here, and that is also key because you have your hamstring and glute tie-in. Now, how I want you to perform the barbell hip thrust. First things first, use some form of mat or barbell protection, as you can see here, so I don't get any bruises. the bench needs to be comfortably resting on your shoulder blades. And as you can see here, my chin is nicely and tucked in when the barbell is up in the air. When it comes to feet placement, I always like to just slightly point my toes outwards. This will help with more muscle glute contraction. I also want you to imagine you're scooping your bum inwards, literally the tail of your bum, bring it in and squeeze. The second exercise we're going to go into is a sumo deadlift. Now you can do a number of different deadlifts. You have your conventional, your stiff leg deadlift, but the sumo is by far the widest stance that you will perform out of all deadlifts. Now the reason why I opt for the sumo deadlift is because my feet are externally rotated outwards, and basically this almost activates your glutes much more. It has a higher advantage than, let's say, a conventional deadlift. What I always want you to remember with this is pick a weight that is moderate first. Do not go heavy. Fix your form and then go heavy. As you can see here, when the barbell is coming back to the ground, my shoulders are over the barbell, and this provides a bigger stretch in the hamstring and then a bigger stretch in the glutes. And when I'm coming up, just a nice squeeze, but do not ever hyperextend. And basically that means over squeezing. The third exercise we're going to go into is a Bulgarian split squat. This is challenging for some people because you are using one leg as opposed to two. But let me tell you something. This exercise promotes such good strength and overall size in the glutes, but will also help tighten your core. I know this video is not about a core, but I just want to give you some pointers. The split squats will help prevent muscle imbalance, more mobility, stretching your hip flexors, will help improve your balance, and will help recruit more glute growth. You need to make sure that you are almost in a lunging position with your foot comfortably resting on the bench. Use weights that are moderate but still challenging, but remember, form is key here. Your back nice and straight, keep your core tight, lower yourself and pick yourself back up. Fourth exercise is cable abductions. You can use a plate if you don't have a cable, or an ankle strap. Now this will help target the gluteus medius and minimus. And you know those side bits of your glutes that you want to grow? This is phenomenal, and it will also help tone your legs. Now what I want you to remember with this exercise is focus on controlling the weight. It's not about lifting it as heavy as you can or as fast as you can. It's about control. And what I tend to do is hold my glute as I am here to remind myself to contract and to remind myself to squeeze that area at the top. Number 5 is all about pumpers, and basically this is a low intensity exercise which you're going to do for a long period of time. So this is like 20 to 40 reps almost, and I love to do these at the end of my workout just to really burn and just kill those glutes. And basically this causes metabolic stress in the glutes and muscles, and it will help expand and grow. What I also want you to remember with these pumpers is you do not need to use weights. Body weight is sufficient enough. So that is it, guys. As you saw, I was doing activations, I did compound movements, isolations, and pumpers. You can also do finishers, which is basically like a really subtle stretching and some subtle cool downs. But as you saw, I made it a fundamental importance to activate my glutes, to wake them up, to get the blood flowing. Pumpers are absolutely amazing as a burnout, even at the beginning of a workout, even at the end of a workout. I would do both, to be honest. Compound movements, absolutely fantastic exercises, and I strongly recommend you to incorporate compound movements into your training regime. It will tighten up your cores, it will tighten up numerous of different muscles all at the same time, but obviously we want to target the glutes as well, so that's why we included some isolations. I really hope this video was helpful, informative, and you take something with you to the gym. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, and make sure that you are following me on Instagram. Comment down below for any future videos that you would like to see, and I always try and reply to as many of you as possible because freaking hell, I love you so much. And following from that, I love you always and forever. Bye.